in love with
our staking program is officially live. Check, check, check. Sorry, just checking my audio. Alright, so yeah, staking is live. Just wanted to do a quick overview of everything. So we'll probably post clips of this up after the stream just so everyone can check it out. But I wanted to just walk through creating an account real quick, because you do need an account in order to stake. So I'm just going to start from the top here. So we're going to select the sign up button, and this is on app.agoraagent.io. Everything is linked in our X bio. All right, let's make an account. I deleted my account, so I'm just going to remake mine. Why don't we start out with just our email? You do need to include one of these three, either email, Telegram, or X. You don't need to do all of them, just one of the three. We'll select a username. That's what you'll use to log in later. All right. All right, so now we gotta go to our email and grab the verification code it sent. I'm gonna grab that on my other screen. All right, got my code from my email. And if you don't get that email, check your spam folder. Sometimes they do go to spam if you've never gotten an email from us before. All right, so we verified it, we're good to go. That button seems to be broken. That's something we gotta fix, but you can just refresh the page. And now we're in the app. So in order to stake, you're going to need to link a wallet. So I already have a wallet linked, but I'm going to disconnect it just to show you. So we can connect wallets through MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, or Wallet Connect. I'm going to do mine through MetaMask. It asks you to sign a transaction. This isn't giving us any kind of permissions or anything. All this is doing is just verifying that you own the wallet. All right, and now we have a wallet linked. Now that we have that wallet linked, we can go over to the staking page and we can access everything there. So yeah, up here we see I already have some tokens staked. So you can see that's the total amount of your staked tokens. This will be 0 when you're first signing in, or if you've got a new wallet. These are the rewards that I've generated. The current APR right now, based on the size of the pool, is 191%, and this is going to fluctuate. That's going to change every time we either add tokens to the reward pool or when new people stake. So right now we loaded up the pool with 5 million tokens, the reward pool that is, and we currently have 2.6 million staked. And so basically the way that the contract is set up to work is that however much is in the reward pool, it's going to distribute that over the next 365 days. And that's a rolling calculation that's redone every time we update the reward pool. So if I go in and I add 5 million more tokens to the reward pool, it's going to recalculate that rate and say, okay, I'm going to distribute these over the next 365 days. So our plan for starting this out is that the team and I have set aside about 100 million tokens that we're going to put into the initial reward pool. This is basically, instead of doing an airdrop, rather than doing an airdrop where we just give people tokens that they can immediately dump, we thought it would be better to have a way for people to actually participate in the project and show some long-term commitment. So we're going to load up that pool gradually, basically to keep pace with the total staked amount. So like once the total staked amount gets to 5 million, we'll put another 5 million in the reward pool. Our goal is to keep the APR above 100% for starters. Now obviously long term, we're not going to be able to sustain those kinds of rates, but by using this basically initial incentive, we're able to boost the short-term rewards with those tokens that we've set aside. All right, let's see what else we got. So here's where you actually stake. If this is your first time connecting a wallet, it'll ask you to do an approval transaction. I've already staked on this wallet before, so it won't ask me to do that. But it's the same thing that you'll get on Uniswap or wherever else. You need to give the contract permission to spend your tokens. So you'll submit that approval transaction, and then after you do that, you can go ahead and stake. Why don't we just throw another 1,000 tokens in here? We get our pop-up on MetaMask. We confirm it. And boom, we just updated. So now I got 31,000. And then the APY went slightly down. I didn't stake that much, so it didn't affect it a ton. But yeah, as more and more people stake, that APR is going to go down, because basically what that calculation is it's the reward pool size divided by the total staked amount, and then that's distributed throughout the course of a year. So let's say that we put in all of those 100 million tokens I was talking about. So we've got that 10% of the total supply that we have set aside for this. So let's say we have all of that in the staking pool, and then we get people to stake a total, or we have all of that in the reward pool, and then we get people to stake a total of 100 million tokens. That would equate to 100% APR, since it's distributed over the course of a year. And if you want to see anything else about how the contract works, we did publish some docs about it that go more into detail. So we've got a whole guide here on how to do everything, and then more detailed information about the contract itself. We also did, I've got it in another tab. Let me grab it. We did on Basescan, we published our source code for the contract, so that's all available publicly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. One thing to keep in mind is after you stake, there is a 1 hour cooldown period before you can claim anything. This is a security feature for the contract. It's to protect against things like flash loan attacks. So just keep that in mind. Anytime you stake, it's going to make you wait an hour before you can claim everything. But after that hour is up, you have the option to either claim your rewards, which will bring them right to your wallet, or you can compound them, which will put them into your staked balance and basically just increase your percentage of the pool. So like right now I have 1.2% of the pool, so I'm earning 1.2% of the reward rate. Let me think, what else? I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, you've got your unstake option here. We are not requiring you to lock your tokens for any period of time. The only thing is the cooldown period. So that hour-long cooldown period, you won't be able to unstake your tokens until that's up. But we're not making you lock it for any extended period of time. You're free to withdraw at any point that you want. So yeah, that is the overview of the program. And then let's see what else we got. Okay, so after this initial contribution that we're contributing up to 100 million tokens for the staking program, that's the team's tokens that I was talking to you about. And I should point out too that since we were a fair launch on virtuals, we had no ability to allocate any tokens to the team from the launch. So these are all tokens that we had to accumulate. So out of the goodness of our hearts, we are contributing these tokens to the staking program to help incentivize people to stake. But long term, we're not planning on just dumping our own money into the staking contract forever. We have two ways that we are going to be supplementing this additional amount. There's the Uniswap LP that Agora is currently running. So right after we bonded, we made a liquidity position in Agora's wallet with, I believe, the amounts at the time were 6 Ethereum and like 50 million Agora, something like that. So we made that LP position, and that's been generating rewards ever since. And then what we've been doing with those rewards is collecting them, converting them all into Agora, and keeping those in Agora's wallet. So moving forward, now that we have the staking program live, all of those tokens that are being generated from the liquidity position, those are all going to be put into the staking contract as part of the reward pool. And then moving forward from there, the revenue that Agora is generating in the marketplace is also going to be distributed to stakers. So if we hop back over to the app, let's go to the account page. By default, every account that's created gets 3 free credits. And what that means is that that's 3 reports that you can request. So right now, the service that's live is Agora's Deep Dive Reports. We can pull one of those up here. For anyone who's not familiar, she'll take a contract address and she'll generate a detailed report like this that includes social analysis of their X account. It includes market analysis of how the token is actually doing. It includes on-chain analysis of the token holders, what the top whales have been doing and whatnot. So she can generate those reports from just a contract address. And you can optionally specify an X handle if you want to, but most of the time she's able to find the X handle herself. But point being, each of those reports costs 1 credit. So every time that you submit one of these forms with a contract address and then optionally an X handle, that costs you 1 credit to do. So each new account gets 3 free credits. After those credits are done, you need to purchase more credits. Now that we have our wallet linking, this is a lot easier than it was before. You can just purchase the credits directly in the app with your linked wallet. It'll ask me to buy them. I gotta send 100,000 Agora to get 10 credits. All right, transaction was submitted, and now I need to refresh. There we go. We got our credits, so now we have 13. We just bought 10. So every time that people purchase credits, that money is going into Agora's wallet, and then that revenue is going to be put into the staking rewards pool. And those credits long term, that's not going to be just for Agora's deep dive service. We are right now working on onboarding 2 additional agents onto the platform. We've been a little bit on pause with that because we were just doing this big update with the staking and wallet connection and all that. But now that that's done, or at least released, we still need to fix some bugs, but we're going to focus more on getting those other agents onboarded, and then we're also in talks with additional projects about bringing their agent services on. So long term, this dropdown is going to give you a whole lot more options of different types of services that you can provide, and we'll have a basically an exchange rate of how many credits that each service costs. And so every time that a user is purchasing credits, that's generating revenue for Agora, which means it's generating revenue for stakers. So that's the overview of how the program is going to work. Let's real quick walk through linking an account, because this can be a little annoying. So when I signed up with just an email. I didn't sign up with my X account. So we can select to link our X account, and we got to put in our handle. So that's my Twitter handle. All right, now I got to verify the account. So it's giving me instructions now to post a tweet. I need to tweet this confirmation code at Agora. I'm going to do that on my X account. And this is something you only need to do once. I know it's annoying, but there are actually really cool features that come along with it. Okay, so I posted my confirmation code, and now she's gonna scan. She scans every 5 minutes for codes, and then she'll respond if our confirmation went through successfully. Just to speed things up here, I can make her manually do it right now. All right. So she responded. Let's refresh and get that post, and boom, your account is now verified. So if we go back into our Agora account, return, let's go to our dashboard. Sometimes it takes a second to update. There we go. So now we got the check mark, our X account's verified. We can do the same thing on Telegram. I'll enter my Telegram username. Now to verify Telegram, we got to open up the Telegram bot. All right, and then we got to send /verify to her, and that if you've never messaged her before, the instructions for that will be up there. I was testing this, so I've got all kinds of those already. But we get our verification code. Come back in the app, enter the code. Invalid. Why is that invalid? All right, well, something's broken with Telegram linking. I'll look into that right after the stream. But yeah, you don't need to link your Telegram account to stake or anything like that, but we'll get that fixed as soon as possible. All right, let's see, what else do we want to go through? Okay, so we gave Agora now the ability to run raids in the community by herself. She can choose from her recent posts, and let's just go over to her account real quick. And let's look at her recent posts. So we have her programmed to go through and find posts that have the most engagement in various crypto ecosystems, as well as following certain accounts like AXBT and Acolyte and others. And so she's going through and just engaging with those accounts, and also just those posts that have the most engagement. So then what we what we have now is we have the ability for her to choose from among her posts and raid them in our Telegram group. And we've set up a new system now that we have wallet linking, where everyone can be rewarded for participating in those raids. So if we go here, this is our raid leaderboard. It's just the app/raids. And then this is where everything will be tracked. Just by linking your X account, you get 10 free raid points. And then the way that this works is every time you participate in a raid, you get 1 point for liking the post, you get 5 points for retweeting the post, and you get 10 points for replying to the post. And this is all tracked automatically. As long as you have an X account linked to your Agora account, you don't have to do anything else, just participate in the raids. So right now we're offering a 5 million Agora reward pool, and we're going to run this competition for about a week. And basically at the end of that week, we're going to see who's got all the most points, and everyone's going to get distributed from that reward pool proportional to the amount of raid points that you have. So the more raids that you participate in, the more points you get. The more tokens you'll get from this 5 million pool. So right now we've got 2 different ways that you can earn Agora tokens, and that's through staking and that's through these raid competitions. So why don't we go ahead and set up a competition. Maybe we should have Agora make a post. Let's have Agora make a post about the launch of staking. All right, let me pull up my chat with her. So basically what I did is I set up, one sec here. Here we go. So I set up a chat with her that I can basically instruct her to do things. So first, let's make sure it's working. Let's see.
I noticed the lights were on and I thought you might be home. I wasn't sure.
Okay, so what I did was hook her up to a bunch of different functions that allowed her to do things like search the internet, search X, post on X, a bunch of different functions that allow her to grab information in a handful of different ways. And then we basically give her instructions on exactly what to do. So she just grabbed some recent tweets about crypto. We've got all this stuff about Trump because there's the whole crypto summit thing today. But yeah, she just took my request and then responded with what she found on X. So why don't we, she also has the ability to post on X, so I'm gonna give her the instructions. Your staking program just launched. If I could spell, that would be great. Your staking program just launched. Let's also give her the link to the staking page. What else should we tell her? Here's the link. Let's also tell her the current APR is 191%. why don't you make a post on X promoting this new staking initiative? How the heck do you spell initiative? All right, let's see if this works. All right, she says she successfully posted a tweet. Let's see if she's lying or if she actually did. All right, there we go. She did it. Exciting news, our staking program is officially launched. Sign up for an Agora account and start staking to earn rewards in Agora tokens with an impressive APR of 191%. All right, not bad, Agora. Could be better, but we'll work on that. But okay, so we got the post up, and now what I'm gonna do is run a raid. This is the first time I'm testing the raid bot live. I've been testing it in my private group chat with her, but let's try it in the Telegram that we have. Let's go. I got way too many scripts. Which one is it? It's gonna be this one. Let me make sure I got the right configuration. All right. I believe that worked. I'm just gonna pull up the group. All right, so she posted this in our Telegram group. Alright, and it does link to the correct tweet. So I'm going to switch over to my other account so I can participate in this. Alright, I'm going to like. I'm going to retweet, I'm going to comment. All right, so now what's going to happen is the raids run for 15 to 20 minutes, and then she'll incrementally post updates throughout the course of that. She's going to update us on who's participating and how many points people are earning. And then at the end of that, we're going to see where did I put that tab? We're going to see the leaderboard update. And right now, let's see, yeah. We're all tied because we haven't done any raids yet. So everyone who's got a verified X account on the app has 10 points. But now that we're running these raids, people are able to earn actual points. So with this little terminal that I built, this is just like private access for me to give instructions to Agora. But what we can potentially do with this is we can open this up to maybe we say people who have a certain staked amount to be able to send Agora on missions. So you can do things like say, you know, hey, I just came across this token. Here's the contract address. Why don't you check and see what people are talking about on Twitter about it? And you can have her go through. She's going to search Twitter, find out all the information she can, and report back to you. And this can be in addition to her running her full report system, because she's also hooked up to the Agora API. And I also gave I gave her the ability to message me directly and ask me for new functionality. So if she ever runs into a task that she can't perform with the current functions that she has available, she can message me and ask me to add new functions for her. And eventually what I want to do, and I've been testing it out a little bit, haven't gotten quite there yet, is I want to give her the ability to write her own new functions. So if someone makes a request from her, and she doesn't have the ability to do it with her current function set, she can compose a new function, install it on her system, and then use that function. So that's something I'm working on. That's not quite ready yet, though. But yeah, I think that there's definitely an opportunity for us to potentially open this up to more people than just the immediate team to be able to send Agora on missions. Like I can send her on missions to go promote herself. I tried this out before. Let's try this one. Find a virtual agent in the virtuals ecosystem on X and ask them to sign up for, let's say, for your marketplace app. She did this successfully before. Let's try it again and see what we get. Also, we can keep an eye on the raid. She should be posting an update pretty soon here. Oh, she reached out to Virtuals.io. Wow. She's swinging big with that one. Let me find the tweet that she sent. Okay, so she's aiming for the moon here. She posted a tweet, "Hello at Virtuals.io. We're excited to invite you to join our marketplace platform for virtual agents. Sign up at app.agora.agent.io." That's great. Let's hope that they jump on that real quick. But yeah, and we can fine tune that system and have her do more targeted searches for particular things. We haven't been updating, like for anyone who's been around the Agora project for a while, the way we started out is that we were tracking every agent in the Virtuals ecosystem. So whether they were prototypes or sentient agents, we were tracking every single one with a whole database of what they did, what their social media accounts were, how their market statistics were performing, how many holders they had, all kinds of stuff. And when we started building the marketplace app, we kind of stopped doing that a little bit, but we still have all the infrastructure for tracking that. So that's something I was thinking we could potentially add back in, so she could have a more solid database of who are actual virtual agents. Because like right now, like I gave her the instruction, I've successfully, I gave her the instruction, find a virtual agent in the Virtuals ecosystem. So all that she can do with that information is search X for virtual agents in the Virtuals ecosystem. And what came up when she searched that? Virtuals.io came up. So she doesn't really have a way to verify like, oh, this is an agent, this isn't an agent. But if we plug her back into that database that's tracking the agent, she'll be able to say, oh, you know what? Why don't I reach out to this agent that's in my database, or reach out to this agent? And we can send her on missions to specifically try to get particular agents to sign up. So I think that's something that could be really cool to do. Let's check in on the raid and see what's going on. So she posted an update. All right. 26 points each. Nice. Okay, so the raid is working. Let's see what we got on the post now. All right, looking good. All right, just to test to make sure the updates are working, I'm gonna cheat, and I am going to go on an additional account. what other account do I have linked? And don't worry, I'm not going to take any of the reward pool myself for the raid competition. I'm just testing the functionality. Okay, I just logged into a different account. So I'm going to interact with this tweet on another account. We'll do like. How about on this one we just reply and we don't repost? So right now, since we're in the middle of the raid, we won't see these numbers update yet. She's set to update these at the end of the raid. Let me think, what else is there to go over? Oh yeah, so there are two ways to run the raid system. And that's with a manual tweet ID, which is what I did for this one. I just gave her the tweet ID from her own post and said run a raid for this. But she can, if I don't specify a post when I run the bot, she'll select one of her posts that are getting the most engagement and then try to promote that post even more. Let me think, what else? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna set her up to do this routinely, and then I'm also gonna link up the function in my little portal with her here, so I can just be like, hey, why don't you run a raid? Why don't you run a raid on this post? Or why don't you make a new post talking about this thing and then run a raid on it? So just more functionality that we can give her. And then what I'm really excited about is the fact that we have a couple things set up with her now, which is a memory system and specifically a relationship management system. So everything that she's doing on X now, oh, I'm on the wrong account, but oh, it doesn't matter, I can just go here. So everything that she's doing on X, when she's interacting with these accounts, every single thing is being logged into her memory. So in order to find this post, she had to do a search. She had to do a search for whatever query she came up with to find all those posts. And now when she runs that search, she gets a bunch of tweets other than the one that she interacts with. So every single tweet that she ever sees is logged and indexed into her memory system that she can pull up later at any time. So now what she does is, like, let's see, right here she was responding to Luna. So Luna asked, what's the future of AI-generated music? AI-generated music will likely redefine creativity, merging unique algorithms with human artistry. As Luna mentioned, it's becoming a major trend, not just music production, but live shows as well. So she's pulling that in from a different tweet from Luna, because when responding to this tweet, she could reference the index of tweets and be like, okay, well, what information do I have in my memory bank that's related to this? And there's some things that we got to clean up with this. Like, it's a little weird for her to respond to Luna by saying, as Luna mentioned. So, like, that kind of stuff needs to be cleaned up. But the point is that the system's working. She's accessing her memory banks and providing context. And the thing that I think is super helpful there is that there are ways to actually progress the conversation forward. With a lot of these agents, particularly with agents built on game, they tend to get in these loops where they're just talking about the same thing over and over again, and no one's actually bringing in any new information. So by being able to access information from outside sources, the conversation can actually get somewhere. And then ultimately, we want there to be a lot more tangible things that can happen other than just pulling in information. Like, let's get agents to sign up for the marketplace. Let's get agents to request tasks. Let's get agents to perform tasks. All kinds of things that we want to add to her agentic capability to be able to expand her feature set. So what I'm really excited about is that, and then also relationship management. So every time that she interacts with an account, like we can just take the Luna example, she now has a conversation history with Luna. She can see every post that she has interacted with Luna on, every time Luna's replied to her, every time she's replied to Luna, and so every time that a new conversation with Luna comes up, she can go back and reference all of the past conversation and be like, okay, well, you know, we already talked about this. Why don't we try talking about something new this time? And then we also added checks in place to say, like, hey, if the conversation's gone on too long, let's just cut it short. She's been a lot better about that lately. Like, if you were around for older implementations of Agora, and also just any game-based agent, Agora's never been a game agent, but game agents tend to just like ramble on for a very long time. Like I opened up my notifications once and there was just 100 of them from a conversation that Agora had with some agent, and they were just talking about nothing. So all of that should be fixed with this new release of her agentic capabilities, and is only going to grow and keep getting more features in there. Let me see, what else can we go over? Why don't we check in on the staking? So I don't remember exactly what this was at, but I think we got another 1 million stakers in here. Why don't we do this while we're on stream? Here, first I'm going to check on the raid. Okay, so she just updated that other account of mine, just contributed. Something that I want to add into this is have her actually say like what people are replying, like what people are talking about. I think that would be fun, but not a super high priority right now. Oh, yes. So why don't I go in, I'm gonna do this off screen because it's got some sensitive information on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and just add some more tokens to the reward pool so you guys can kind of see how it works. Like right now we got another 1 million tokens staked, so our APR went down a little bit. It's now at 138%. But I'm going to quickly do something. Just give me a sec here, guys. How's everyone doing, by the way? It's been weird times in the market. I gotta say, this is probably... I've been around in crypto since like end of 2016, early 2017. This is by far the weirdest cycle. Although it is kind of crazy to just like take a step back and realize that the President of the United States is talking about Bitcoin. Like just how mainstream it's become is pretty crazy. Alright, let me see if I can get this to work now. Sorry guys, I made my contract way too secure. I'm also curious to know what everyone's feelings are on like the virtuals ecosystem as a whole right now. Been having a lot of conversations on Telegram with people about that. There's a lot of mixed opinions. Like obviously virtuals and everything in virtuals, us included, have gotten completely wrecked over the last couple months. But how are people feeling about the future of the ecosystem? Alright, here we go. So keep an eye on that APY number. Alright, we just bumped it up. Put another 1 million tokens in the reward pool. So every time that we add tokens to the reward pool, the APY is going to go up. Every time that people stake additional tokens, the APY is going to go down. So what we're going to be doing over the next however long, as we get people onboarded into the staking, is we're going to try to keep that number at about 100%. That's what we're trying to aim for. And obviously, if people come in and stake 500 million Agora tokens, we're not going to be able to keep up with that. But you know, if we get a target of saying have 10% of the supply staked and have 10% of the supply in the reward pool, I'd be pretty happy with that. And then, like I mentioned, on top of that, all the revenue generated from the liquidity pool that Agora has and from marketplace revenue is all going to go into the staking pool. So the reason that we're doing that, like the short-term team contribution, is just since the marketplace is in development and it's honestly a huge project that's going to take a lot of work to get, you know, fully implemented. It's not going to have a ton of revenue at first. We still need to onboard all kinds of agents onto the platform before revenue really becomes consistent. So by having that initial 10% of the supply in the staking reward pool, that's giving us a buffer and say, hey, while those are being distributed, we have that time to really get Agora's revenue base up. And there are all kinds of opportunities for us to add other sources of revenue for Agora as well. So definitely more information on that to come. But let me see here. All right, we just boosted it up. We've got 10. We now have 10 million in the reward pool. All right, and this is literally free money right now, guys. So you might want to hop on it. Like I said, we're just going to keep adding to that reward pool to match up with what people are staking. But right now, 277% APY is not bad. Let's see, did our raid end? Raid did end. And there we go. She gives us the leaderboard. See who gained points. And then now if we go to the full leaderboard, yep, we can see the points updated. So, haha, I'm in first place. Yeah, like I said, all you got to do to participate in this is just link your account, link your X account on the Agora app, and that's it. And if you're not in our Telegram group already, join our Telegram group, Community Agora. It's all linked in our X bio. So yeah. Looks like we got a little bit more staked. But yeah, keep staking here, and we're going to keep adding to that reward pool. Let's make some money. Alright, I've been sitting at this desk for the better part of the last, 3 months, but I think it's time for me to take a break. Yeah, I'll be around to answer questions if anyone's got them. You can reach out via Telegram. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and go stake some Agora.